conveyancing, property, that's commercial and residential. After graduating from University of Manchester in 2010, I joined my father's firm at the time of the recession and crisis, because I knew the city firms will not look twice at me. That is the fact of life at that time. Not many trainees got contracts at the time, so I had to do other things. So I had the opportunity, fortunately, with the family business, and so I joined the family business. And that gave me the confidence to start getting involved in the law straight away without having a break in my career or education. So having trained my father, not directly under him, through other departments, because my father was not the best, we ended up having fights all the time instead, that fight with a client. I practiced and became a fully fledged solicitor in 2013, joined the property team in 2012. So my experience in property law has spanned almost a decade, which is scary. Didn't think that would happen so quickly, but yes, it has. So that's my situation with my life, and now my fiance is to get married this year, so
I'll do it.
Things are moving fast. Okay, so straight to the legals. I've got a quiz here, which hopefully will take no more than 2 minutes, so I'll give that to you at the end. It's a bit of fun, but in terms of property law, why do people go to property lawyers? Right. First thing, right? Someone will go to Amit for doing handyman work. Someone will go to Mark to let out a property because they haven't got time to seek out tenants themselves. Why does someone go to a property lawyer? The reason someone goes to a property lawyer or a conveyancer is to assist in the transactional work of a sale or purchase. Most importantly, a sale or purchase. Contracts, exchange of money, all happens through solicitors. The reason that is because of anti-money laundering laws. AML, money laundering. You can't walk into a car showroom anymore with a suitcase full of money. That maybe have been practiced in 20, 30 years ago, but nowadays not accepted. Likewise, if you're buying a property, you can't walk in with a suitcase to an estate agent and say, I want to buy that house, here you go.
That's very often enough.
It's become practice that transactional work involving properties and obviously license of money has to go through solicitors, primarily because of the legal checks that need to be carried out when in terms of your due diligence to make sure your client is purchasing a property without adverse issues, when we do our searches, etc., type of inspections. Number two, obviously, money changing hands. We have to carry out very, very strict due diligence on funds, source of funds. It's become more of an issue now than 10, 15 years ago because of various businesses, frauds that happen. These solicitors get targeted by criminals, so we have to be extra cautious. So our source of funds checks and due diligence carried out over and beyond sometimes. And we obviously categorize, not that we categorize clients in any way, but we have a risk profiling of certain clients. For example, a client was to buy a property who's located in Dubai or Malaysia. Obviously, I will think, okay, I need to carry out more due diligence compared to someone local to Wembley. It's standard practice. So that's why clients come to us, to make sure that we carry out due diligence, legal checks, verifications, ID, money laundering, everything, the whole package, so that they're safe when they're buying or they're safe when they're selling, whatever the situation is. Okay, so apart from sales and purchases, why do people come to us? Remortgages. If you want to buy, if you bought a house and you want to release some equity, that's to maybe buy another house or to do a home improvement or whatever it needs. Remortgage involves changing lenders, most usually going to better interest rates and altering the title. Why alter the title? Because with the remortgage, obviously, the existing lender will be discharged from the terms and conditions of the mortgage. The new lender will be tied down with, and therefore we deal with the legal process in the background with standard things such as dealing with redemptions and registering a new charge. What else do we do? Transfers of equity. People want to gift properties to loved ones, or if you're in a divorce settlement and you need to transfer property to your estranged partner, spouse, or whatever, then we deal with the transfer of equity of properties as well, changing names and deeds and titles in that respect. Usually it's a very straightforward process with families. What we usually tend to do is, obviously it's conflict of interest, we can't act for the person donating and the person receiving, so we can only act for one party, but we tend to advise the other party to go and seek independent legal advice as a must, because you don't want to transfer property to your loved one and then realise the next day I don't like this person anymore and regret it. So those, I mean, we take extra caution in particular family transactions, but those are something that we can do as well. Transfer secrecy, lease extensions. I don't know how many of you have got leases that you're living in, or you've rented out, or you've experienced with. Lease extensions are one of those things where people get bogged down with, I don't know what to do. What am I doing with this lease? How can I make it more valuable? Statutory Act 1993, Leasing Reform Act, gives you a statutory right to extend your lease by 90 years plus the unexpired term at ground rent reduced from whatever it is to perpetual, right? So the benefit of that is your lease immediately after the extension under the Act becomes more marketable than before. The reason for that is, regardless of the remaining lease term, ground rent and service charges are sometimes ridiculous. I've seen properties where ground rent rises, doubles every 10, 15 years. So, a couple of years' time, or a decade or two time, you'd be paying 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000 pounds in ground rent, which ultimately can put you homeless, because if you fail to pay the ground rent, the landlord can issue proceedings under the Housing Act to recover possession of property. So, that's going into delays in areas of law, but this is something that connects us to us in the property department with advising clients on lease extensions. So that is lease extension. So we advise our clients to renew leases. The early